The EU is tipped to enjoy support from the Labour Party as the outfit remains full of fanatically pro-EU figures, a party insider told Express. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen yesterday admitted that the EU's coronavirus vaccine rollout had failed. It came as the bloc fell desperately behind the UK, which has become a world leader in its mass vaccination program. Britain's efforts were almost thwarted last week after the EU moved to cut off its vaccine supplies, provided by the Oxford-based AstraZeneca that has production facilities on the continent, and triggered Article 16 of the Brexit deal. The latter momentarily erected a hard border on the island of Ireland and furthered an already tense geopolitical situation. Brussels critics said it was a clear indicator of the EU's protectionism, which is often denied, while the World Health Organization (WHO) head, Tedros Adhanom, warned of a protracted recovery from the pandemic if outfits like the EU pursued vaccine nationalism. According to several polls, the crises translated as a rare moment of unity in Britain, bringing Eurosceptics and pro-EU supporters the closest they had been in 4 years. The crisis has, however, hurt some domestic politicians, including Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, who was forced to apologise to Prime Minister Boris Johnson after he wrongly suggested the Conservative leader had lied about him during Prime Minister's questions. It came during a heated debate about the European Medicines Agency, which is organising the continent's vaccine distribution, when Mr Johnson called out Sir Keir for previously wanting the UK to stay in the health collective after Brexit. Sir Keir told the House of Commons that he'd never said that, and that the truth escapes him. Mr Johnson, in fact, staying in the EU's medicines regulator was Labour's policy while Sir Keir was shadow Brexit secretary. He manoeuvred himself into the role under former leader Jeremy Corbyn in 2016 and held it until becoming leader in April 2020, creating a Remain stronghold in the Labour Party led by a historic Europhile. Although Sir Keir has since said that his party respects the outcome of the referendum, even whipping his MPs to support Mr Johnson's Brexit deal in December, Paul Embury, a trade unionist and Labour member, told Express.co.uk that there remains an element of the party that is fanatically pro-EU and will likely support Ms von der Leyen's European project in the future. On the topic of the 37 Labour MPs who voted against or abstained on the Brexit deal, Mr Embury said, "There will always be people in the Labour Party who will be irreconcilable as far as departure from the EU is concerned. There are some people who are so fanatically pro-EU that they just won't accept the outcome in any way, shape or form. I just say to those people, look, it was that attitude and refusal among a large part of the party to accept the referendum result that led to the wipeout of Labour in the 2019 election. Something like 50 of the 54 constituencies that went from Labour to Tory in the general election voted for Brexit. It was pretty clear that Brexit was a huge issue on the doorstep in working-class communities that voted for it, and they saw Labour trying to prevent it. Frankly, if there are MPs who still don't get that message after what happened at the last general election and are now talking about rejoining, I think that would be electorally devastating." Mr Embury went on to note the now famous incident of Peter Dowd, the Labour MP for Bootle, who, in 2017, speaking on the BBC's Daily Politics, forgot that his constituency voted to leave the EU, his position being to put a vote to the people. This was quickly called a people's vote, which Sir Keir was largely considered a main architect of, having given speeches at pro-EU rallies in London.